All right. Hey, everyone. The numbers are in for Seychelles and Panama City Beach for July 2022. I'm Craig Duran with the Duran Group over at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. I haven't run on video the numbers for Seychelles for about 90 days since May 10th. So I want to go through what's been happening on pricing, where I think it's headed. I'll do that next. I'll also look at the overall market. I also just published a blog post. I know there are a lot of questions about where the housing market is headed in general. I pulled 18 different economists' projections. Put it all in one place so you can take a look at that and see what the consensus might be. Spoiler alert, there's a little bit of a consensus on where they think pricing may be headed. So check that out if you want. This video is posted on YouTube, of course, on our website, on our communities pages. But please share it with anyone you think that might be interested. I don't have everyone's email address in Seychelles, so not everyone's signed up on eAlerts. So if you think there's someone that might want to track the market, just a quick 5 or 6 minute video running through where I think the market is and where prices may be headed. So let's take a look really quick. You guys know I'm a big fan of this chart. I haven't done it for Seychelles specifically in a while. So let's start at the overall market. Red line represents the number of units for sale. Here we are in January of 2022, and here we are in July. Incredible difference. We have way more condos for sale in July than we did in January. If you want to look at the specific numbers, we had 33 condos for sale across the entire beach in January. We had 208 in the month of July. Three numbers I want you to focus on: 0.51 months of inventory, 3.52 months of inventory, that's June, 8.67 in July. Let's talk about that really fast. 0.51 months of inventory was January. Extremely hot market. Remember, 4 or 5 months of inventory is a neutral market. Pricing is normally about stable in there, in that range. 0.5 means theoretically we would sell out of everything in a half a month. You put a unit up for sale, it's closing very, very quickly, less than a month a lot of times. Fast forward to June, we're at 3.52, and in some ways, we're 7 times slower in June than we were in January. We felt things start to slow down. We all know what's happening with some of the economic headwinds over the last 60 days or more. So not surprising to see that. But 3.52 months of inventory on paper is still a seller's market. 4 or 5 months is where you sort of get to neutral. We've, in 1 month, are twice as slow, now 8.67 months of inventory. Very much buyer market territory. A couple things about the month of July, though. July, it's not unusual that we have that we write fewer contracts in the month of July. So many of these units are rented, and even buyers that want to make purchases, they can't get in and see everything they want to see. So not surprising that that number would be a little higher than it might be the rest of the year. Also, the month of July, a lot of people are on summer vacations, summer breaks. We're not quite in business mode like we are the rest of the year. So it wouldn't be surprising to me, August, September, to see that number drift back down a little bit. But what's really, really important from a numbers standpoint is to see where we land in the next few months around 4 or 5 months of inventory. Are we buyer market territory is above that? The longer we hover there, that means there are a lot of people trying to sell. That puts pressure on pricing to come down because we have a lot more sellers, fewer buyers. We'll have to watch August, September to see how that happens. When we look at Seychelles specifically, a lot of the same story. We don't have quite the amount of data to analyze, so of course, you kind of are looking at trends. But here was the February, March, the number of units for sale. Here's where we are now, higher than we've seen in a couple of years. Same kind of thing here. Our trend is up to 3.5. 3.5 is still, again, seller market territory a little bit. So Seychelles is a little bit hotter than some other buildings I've looked at recently. Aqua, I think, is at 7.5. Calypso is at 12 plus. So 3.5, still neutral, little bit of seller side. Probably means we can be a little bit aggressive on asking price, not unreasonably aggressive, but not bad. Here's some recent activity. This is going back from May 10th. Just because I haven't pulled the numbers for you guys in video in a while. 1708 is for sale. Asking price is $479.9. Looks like some pretty good value considering we have sales at 482, 500, 500, 505 for the same floor plan. 803 asking price is 510. 1806 asking price is 514,990. 1207 asking price is 515. All those still on the market. 2205 asking price 559. It is under contract. 2005 asking price 570 still for sale. 1205 asking price 575. So more competition for sale now. One thing you did notice, there are no end units available for sale. So if you're an end unit thinking about selling, you probably still have some opportunity to be a little more aggressive on pricing, considering we see that the Seychelles unit is still a little bit of a seller's market. If you're a one bedroom, depending on which floor plan, you probably have to be a little more careful, taking into account your competition and your condition and what you have to offer. So a couple takeaways. If you like data, check out that blog on the 18 Economists projection. It's incredibly thorough what those guys, of course, are considering. We're going to have to watch that number the next 60 days or so. I would not be surprised to see the number drift down a little bit, which will probably give me some optimism, or I'd be a little more optimistic that prices aren't just going to fall off the map. I don't feel like they will. I feel like at the very least, we may have a pullback slightly. It remains to be seen, though, and that's kind of going to be project by project. Seychelles is still seller market territory slightly, although it's cooler than it was in January. It's kind of my 2 cents on the market. I hope, again, please share this with anyone you think may be interested. Again, I'm Craig Duran with the Duran Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. Thanks for watching.